What's going on, guys? It's Jordan back today with today's first video. And in today's first video, we're going to take a look at Ethereum and see what it's doing on all the time frame charts, right? That means the 4-hour, the daily, the weekly, the hourly, the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio. We're going to take a look at all that today and see exactly where I think Ethereum is going to be going next. All right, guys, so if that sounds good to you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys press that subscribe button. And if you guys are already subscribed, make sure you smack that like button down below. Let's try to hit 250 likes on today's video. That would be absolutely insane. All right, so let's jump straight on into the 4-hour chart here for Ethereum. And you can see right now, we might just be forming this bull flag, okay, where we keep getting lower highs and lower lows at generally the same rate, okay? You can see we gotten 3 touches on the bottom, 3 touches on the top, so that confirms this for me right now at least. And what you can see, we also have this support band, which is our 24-hour, our 54-hour, and our 104-hour EMAs, guys, all right? And we've been holding this as support pretty much our entire run up. We do get slight dips below it, but when we usually get these dips below this support band, that usually marks the relative low, okay? So you can see dating all the way back from really like over here, you dip below it, we never went that low again, right? We dip below here, never went that low again. Here, right? All the way throughout here, right here, guys. So every time this marks our higher low and we never go back to that level ever again, okay? So this is a good indicator, and right now, right, obviously you guys know we went below it right here, flashed a big reversal indicator where we got that inverse head and shoulders, okay, and that propelled us up to the upside, all right? So right now we were holding that 24-hour EMA as support, and we dipped below it, and now we just wicked off our 54-hour EMA, all right? So we're holding that as support. And you can see our 104-hour is coming into the bull flag extremely soon. So is it possible that we kind of just consolidate in here, you know, until we finally get that 104-hour to come in here, get that bounce, and then we continue to move up? Well, that's definitely what could happen. Now, let's look at our measured move out of this bull flag, okay? So from the bottom to the top, right, extrapolated at our possible breakout point, let's say we break somewhere around this area, okay? Just for hypotheticals, right? That would put our breakout target right around about $2,180 for Ethereum on the breakout of this bull flag. Now, if we did go back to the downside, which is certainly possible, right? If we break this, 54-hour EMA, we could come all the way back down to our 104-hour EMA, which right now sits right at about 1,688. And we also could come back down to retest this area right here, which you can see a lot of support and resistance confluence around this area at about 1,653. That's my target if we do break down from this flag. But guys, like I said, our upwards target is up towards 2,180. And I think we do eventually go towards the upside at some point, right? It doesn't have to be today. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. A lot of it kind of depends on what Bitcoin does at the end of the day for Ethereum. So we got to take a look at what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin breaks its all-time highs, you're going to see Ethereum slowly start to break its all-time highs slightly after, okay? So let's jump into the daily chart and see what have we going on here. Well, we talked about this in our last video, right? Where this big whole move, right, was just a support, right, into resistance flip once and now twice. So what's going to happen here, guys, is we're going to see all these EMAs. This is the same band, right? Our 20-day, our 50-day, and our 100-day, which has been our support all throughout our entire bull run. You can see we haven't broken below this band since the start of our bull run back, in April of 2020, right? You can see we keep getting support on this band, and most of the time, really, ever since about October, right, we haven't really broken our 20-day moving average except this last crash where we came back down to relatively our 50-day moving average before continuing on up. Now, what's going to happen, guys, is you're going to see these moving averages start to slowly move up here. And eventually, right, our 20-day is going to slowly move up here and is going to trap us in between this support, then in between this old support turn into resistance and this 20-day moving average, which I think eventually is going to push us up to the upside, guys. That's what I see generally happening for Ethereum in the short term. We're gonna get squeezed in between this EMA. Really, all these are gonna start slowly moving up here, but we're gonna get squeezed in between that 20-day and obviously this major trend line, which is kind of the reversal point, right? If we can break back above this trend line, that's our reversal point for Ethereum to move up higher. And we know that our measured target, like if we break this, right, which is pretty much us breaking about that 1863 area that we just couldn't break back here, guys, back here in earlier and a couple days ago, actually. If we could break out this bull flag, we know our measured move target is 2180, which would put us, somewhere around, right where this kind of is at some point once we break out of it. So we're waiting to see if this happens, guys, but just wanted to touch on what what we're waiting for right now, right? We're just basically waiting for us to break back above this resistance and confirm bullish momentum in the short term, okay? So let's look at the daily, right? Let's look at our last swing high to our swing low on our Fibonacci's, all right? So the swing high back on February 20th to our swing low back on February 28th. Now, what's our next targets here? Well, you guys know we obviously have our major target here, which is about 2051, approximately our wick high from back on February 20th, okay? And then we have our 1.618, which is approximately right there at about 2,500, all right? So we have our measure move right in between this. So anywhere between 2,000 and 2,500 is our relative short-term target based on our Fibonacci extensions of our last consolidation period, okay? But this is just a short term, guys, right? I just wanted to mainly look at that to show you what I'm looking at. Now, let's switch on over, all right? Actually, let's look at the 2.618. So that one is about 3,264, and that might have some confluence on our longer term Fibonacci extensions for Ethereum once we start really rocking and rolling here. What also could be happening here, guys, if we continue to round out here, you can see we possibly might have a cup and handle pattern if this continues to round out over the next couple of days, guys. And our measure move target out of this on the daily, right, I'm going to take from here just to be conservative, would put us right at about, from our measured move, if we break this, would put us right, you can see pretty much like right at about this 2,500 area, a little bit above, right? 2,560. This is just pure speculation, but you can see the confluence there. If we actually do form this cup and handle pattern and break up to the upside, right about to that $2,500 area is our breakout target for this possible cup and handle if we do continue to round out here, okay? So that's that on that, guys. Let's look at the weekly chart. You guys know on the weekly chart, right? Our 10-week and our 20-week moving average is so important. Those are our bull market supports here. We don't want to break below those. You can see at our last dump, we went right back to that 20-week moving average and got a big bounce off of it. Just like we have really for the past like 4 dumps. You can see one right here, bounced off that 20-week moving average. Right here, guys, bounced off of it and continued up. Right here, bounced off of it and continued up, dumped, bounced off of it, continued up, dump, bounced off, continued up. You can see how important that is. And then obviously a couple of times we get wicks down to the 20-week moving average. But that's really our worst case scenario if we do dip below our 10-week, okay? Is that 20-week moving average. Right now, those stand at about 1,500 even and about 1,200, give or take a few dollars, all right? So 1,500, 1,200, those are really, I like how our 10-week is moving up super fast, right? That's already at 1,500. Very, very close to where we are right now, so we could be due for a big run to the upside. Now, what's our target on the long term, right? This is our Fibonacci's from obviously our last all-time high to our bear market low, and that's going to put us, our next target's at about 2,284. So you can see that's makes a lot of sense based on our previous targets on all our past patterns, right? You know, this measure move target is right at about 2,200, right? You know we have to get back above this, and you know that our Fibonacci targets, right, are 2,000, 2,500. So right around in that general area as well, guys. And our cup and handle is right about 2,500 as well. So really anywhere between 2,300 and 2,500 could be our next kind of, maybe not local top, but we could get a little resistance in that area based on all these measure move targets and Fibonacci levels being at those relative levels, guys, okay? But that's really that, guys. I also quickly want to look at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart to see what's going on in this. And you can see we did get a bounce where I thought we would on this ratio, okay? We got that bounce, but now we got rejected back down, okay? And, I would like for this to hold a support. Sometimes we do come back down twice to actually test it. You can see back down here, guys, we actually came back down to it once, pumped up, and then came back down, retested it twice, and then got a pump. You can see that that kind of happens each time, actually, now that I look at it, right? So you might not come all the way back down, but this time you went up, came back down once, came up, came back down twice, and then went up again, right? Same thing with this time. Once, twice, pump up to the upside. This time you got a little fake out double bottom, and then you pump. So maybe we come back down to this relative same level, make a double bottom again, and then get a bounce to the upside. But if we do break below this, that would kind of break our trend. But we could just see a big fake out just like we did down here, guys. But I'm looking for us to get support on this general support line. This has been such a big support ever since about January of 2020, so over a year now. So I'm looking for that to hold support, guys, and I'm not too worried about the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio. Either way, I hold both Bitcoin and Ethereum, so whether this breaks to the downside and Bitcoin goes up, whatever. I own more Bitcoin than I do Ethereum. If this doesn't, right, that's usually going to mean that Bitcoin's both going up and Ethereum's going up just a little bit better percentage. So I'm happy either way which one it goes, and I hope you guys will be as well. If you guys are Ethereum holders, hope you guys are also Bitcoin holders and you diversify your profile and portfolio a little bit. All right, but that's the first video today, guys. I know it's a little bit longer of a video. Thanks for sticking by. If you guys are already subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like button as well. Let's try to get that YouTube algorithm mixing up. Let's try to hit 250 likes on today's video. Also, guys, if you guys aren't new, press the subscribe button down below. I make 2 videos every day and live stream every single day. So make sure you guys don't miss out on any of my content. And I'll see you guys in the next upload. Stay safe, stay crypto.